Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today we are grading all of the brand new Genki Force Part 2 cards, both the Shadow variants and I guess the normal or non-Shadow variant cards, I guess. But let's get started with these 93s and 89s. If there's the name that does stick out to me, I'll let you know, but there really isn't. Again, this is an awful year for budget Madden. They don't drop any good budget cards anymore. It's not like it used to be. Maybe Jabril Peppers, 92 zone, 93 speed, but again, he's only 5'11", like, you know what I mean? Like, nothing really to write home about, and you're probably only playing them on kind of some like no cheat kind of strict theme teams. That's probably it. I mean, Evan Ingram's not bad. His cards are normally pretty solid budget, but even 92 speed isn't great. You know what I mean? So let's just get started here with Aiden Hutchinson. So each champion comes with a Shadow variant that is an out of position card. Unfortunately, we don't know the X factors of these cards. Like, we just do not know the X factors. They decided not to reveal them this morning, so we don't have them for this video. So I'm gonna grade each card like, you know, I'm gonna kind of grade them best case scenario, but also worst case scenario. So best case scenario, this card gets, you know, Unstoppable Force. If it gets Unstoppable Force, he's an A+ card. Doesn't really matter what the abilities are going to be. So if he does get Unstoppable Force, he's A+. If he doesn't, he's probably still like A-ish. You know, his traits are normally pretty good. He's got over 96 finesse move. Unfortunately, not over 90-90. I think right now you kind of need to be a 90-90 guy in order to be an A+ as a pass rusher, because there are so many of them. But good speed and acceleration with some pretty good discounts, as you guys can see right there. So Aiden Hutchinson, A+ with Unstoppable. Without it, we're going to give him an A. That's what we're going to do with Aiden Hutchinson. And unfortunately, we kind of have to do this because EA didn't reveal the X factors today. So it is what it is. Aiden Hutchinson, what this guy's saying is kind of true. He will probably be a golden ticket at 6'7", 264. This card to me looks like a slightly upgraded version of Rob Gronkowski. And again, I'll give him like an A- to A. If he gets Vanguard, I'll give him like an A plus-ish, depending on your scheme. But if you don't need like your tight end to run block for you, then Vanguard you don't care about. But so I'll give him an A because his speed isn't great. So I'll go with an A if he does get Vanguard. I don't really like double me. Is not going to really move me on this card because the speed isn't that great. He kind of get down the field that much. I'm not sure what X factor he would need to really get in order to move me like the A+. So I'm going to go with an A- depending on the abilities for Aiden Hutchinson. Again, he's kind of like your offensive lineman slash tight end hybrid slash run blocker. Although the run blocker is not great, he does get, you know, some pretty good. He's probably going to have good impact block, and he's going to have good strength, and he's a right end, so he's going to be. Some of those stats do transfer. So I'll give him an A/A- for Aiden Hutchinson. Next, we have Derek Carr. I'll start with his quarterback. So this is his second upgrade in like very recent. As you guys are going to see right here, we go to Derek Carr. He already has a 95. He already has a 95. So this upgrade here, you know, I don't know what EA is doing this year. It's so bad that with these upgrades this year, it's crazy. It really is, and we haven't even hit Team of the Year yet, where we're gonna get duplicates and things like that. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. But Derek Carr, do I think his stack could beat Patty's? No, because Patty gets Hot Route Master, Playmaker, Gunslinger, Set Feet, and Gift Wrapped. Did I say gift wrapped right? I think I said that right. For 4 AP. So 5 abilities pretty much for 4 AP, which is very good, and they're good abilities, where Derek Carr, unless, like, if I even look back at, you know, we go back to the Genki Force cards from, you know, part 1 or whatever, right? If we just take a look at these cards, they gave pretty much all of them normal X factors, right? So I'm just trying to show you what I'm talking about here. Like, they're not ability X factors, they're just normal. You guys see, they're just normal X factors, like reinforcement or universal coverage. You guys see what I'm trying to say? It's probably a bad example here, but you will show Tremaine Edmonds' abilities. You know, shutdown, you know, avalanche. They only gave them normal X factors, not like Super Bowl where you have abilities that can be X factors. So most likely Derek Carr will not touch Patrick Mahomes or maybe even Doug Williams, just based off release. He does get Gen 2, which is not great. But, you know, he'll have some decent abilities if you want to use him. I'm sure he'll be usable. You know what I mean? I'm sure he will be. But this card's not moving me too much. Like, it doesn't really matter to me what his X factor is unless it's Omaha. That can just stay on the whole game. If it's Omaha that can stay on the whole game, he's the best QB in the game. Okay? I'll say that right now. But he won't get that. He won't. If he does, I don't know what the hell he's on. But maybe. I'm going to give this card like an A-. he's okay. He'll be solid. You know, he has Gen 2. He'll be solid. Next, we have middle linebacker Derek Carr. Okay, Derek Carr, middle linebacker, the shadow variant, lurk artist for, of course, 0. And what interests me is strip specials for 0, because we don't have a 0 AP strip specials, I don't think, yet in this game. Especially on a user, it's actually pretty good for those punch tackles and things like that. And for 0, like for 1 AP, it's probably not worth it because it doesn't happen enough. But for 0, I mean, like, why not, right? You know, it is what it is. Only 6'3" though, but does get lurk artist, so he will animate okay. And I'm gonna give this card, I'll give him like an A. You know, if he gets, what would he have to get to move him to an A plus? Probably really nothing would really move me at this point. Probably really nothing. Yeah, probably really nothing. His hit power's too low. He probably won't get avalanche. He probably will get like a shutdown, or he'll probably get some kind of like zone hawk, or maybe even reinforcement, maybe potentially. I don't really know, but yeah, I'll give him an A. I'll give him an A minus too. Deep in zone KO is pretty solid though, I guess in some schemes. Yeah, I'll give him that. I'm happy with giving him that grade. I'm happy with giving him that. Next up, we have Jair Alexander at cornerback. So he's got 97 speed. And yeah, the abilities on this card, I think, could have been better. Like, if I'm gonna pay to my elevation 3 bucket, I don't, like, out my way is like cool, right? Like, it's a cool, like, unique thing for a cornerback to get, but like, at least give me acro for free. Outside shade for 2. Outside shade's pretty good, but I feel like on this card they should have given him short route for 1. Because if we take a look over here, we'll go back to my other tab and we look up Jair Alexander. I know we're all thinking it, but he already has a 95 playoff card, who is like, there's very marginal differences here. There really is. Like, short route you're able to get for 1 and things like that. And keep in mind, like, I say these cards elevated, you're not gonna, realistically, if you're like a normal MUT player, you're not gonna be able to elevate all these cards. You're just not. Like, they're so expensive to elevate. If you're able to use the 1 free token, then you have to actually use a whole champion in order to elevate and get the extra ability bucket. So it's so expensive, and I'm expecting Jair to probably get maybe bottleneck or shutdown or something like that. But I'm gonna give him, he's a very good card. I think I'm gonna still give him an A though. I think I'm still gonna give him an A because I would have liked to have seen some like deep route KO would have been nice to see. I know he's medium and he does it, he's short route for 1, but you can't even stack the 2. So pretty mid abilities, honestly, for a card that's gonna completely, I mean, not mid, but you know what I'm saying. He's gonna rely on his KOs, and you are gonna have to probably, yeah, you're probably gonna have to really elevate this card well to make him really get the most of his KOs with shutdown or whatever he does get. Next up, we got Genki Force wide receiver Jair Alexander. He's small, 5'10", so this card is pretty much just gonna be like a better version of Steve Smith, pretty much. Again, we don't know what the X factors are gonna be, or even the custom buckets. The custom buckets are also like pretty important when it comes to these cards. I should have mentioned that earlier in the video, but yeah, they're pretty important too. But the X factors, obviously, I think are really good in a lot of instances. So Jair Alexander, if he gets like, he's not gonna get double me, he'll probably get like yak him up or rack him up, or you know, max security realistically. But if he gets yak him up, that'd be pretty nice. He does get outside for 0, which is pretty good, and elevation bucket 1, which is very nice. Being able to kind of get that 0 AP ability for the cheap is nice if you don't have Hot Route Master. But I feel like at this point a lot of us kind of do. Short in, grab and go, route tech, wide receiver apprentice for 1, which is pretty nice. Short in, third down throw for 0, why not run it? And then you got these stats. So kind of like a Steve Smith with better abilities and better X factors. Kind of what the Jair's card's looking like. I'm gonna give him an A minus, A minus, somewhere in there. He's gonna be okay. Next up, we have Davante Adams. Davante Adams, route tech for only 2. I thought they would give it to him for 1. They do not. He does have some pretty good stats, 6'1", 215. And we don't know the customs, we don't know the X factors. I would assume he will get like max security. Just kind of feels right on Davante Adams. I doubt they give him double me, but they might. You never really know if they give him something like that. He's not like a big body like DK or Kyle Pitts or, you know, Calvin Johnson, where they would give him that, but you never know. At this point, you really never know. So grab and go 0. Look pretty solid. Outside apprentice for 0, route tech. I wish it was only 1, but it is what it is. So Davante Adams, again, I'll give him an A+. I'll give him an A. I'll give him an A minus, depending on the abilities. That's how much it moves me. That's really it. That's all I got. So A minus for Davante, wide receiver. At corner, though, this card's a bit of a stud. I like, this is why I wish promo theme teams just didn't exist. Because promo theme teams, like, they just, like, if you have a promo theme team right now, Super Bowl team, you don't really care about these non-Super Bowl cards that are coming out. You just don't care. And it makes sense because you already have 99 speed literally everywhere. It is insane. You're going to need another promo theme team to move you off of your already promo theme team because they're already endgame. A card like this doesn't move you at all if you already have 99 speed everywhere. And even when I did my wide receiver tier list yesterday, people are saying like, oh, but I got him on my Super Bowl theme team with 99 speed. When I rank cards, when I look at cards, I don't care about their theme teams. Maybe I should have changed that because everyone at this point just has promo theme teams. But this is why it sucks because cards like this don't get their shine. This is a 6'1", 215 cornerback that can play man and can play zone and has abilities to back it up. He gets pick artist for 0, which is good in his first slot. Inside shade, so that's a man ability. Also does get zone abilities as well with deep out zone KO. So if you're someone like me who I play a lot more man, but I do go into zone sometimes, being able to have that versatility for cheap is actually really, really nice. And again, we don't know the custom, we don't know the X factors, but all that stuff could be pretty good. And I would assume he'll get like universal or something like that to help out his KOs and help his dual threat ability. So a really, really good card here. I'm going to give him an A+. I really do like this card as a cornerback. Good size. Will probably, I don't want to say he'll be a good tackler, but there's a chance he has decent hit power. They usually do give wide receivers good hit power for some reason that go to cornerback, but who knows. Next up, we got Dexter Lawrence. So this card right here, this guy says best card of the whole drop. Endgame center, probably, yeah, he probably is. But again, if you want to do this, you're probably gonna have to fully, like, you could fully, elevate this card, but it'd be very expensive to do on a center. Identifier for 0 is crazy though. Even Lynchman for 0 is crazy. Put me ones for 0. And then I'm expecting Dexter Lawrence to get crazy speed. Normally when they take linemen and put them at, offensive line, they give them good speed. So I'm expecting Dexter Lawrence to have very good, very, very good speed here, with the good stats to back it up. So he probably will actually be an endgame center. If you pull him and he's going for 1.5, sell him. But if you pull him and he's going for like 600K, 500K, honestly, just sit on him. Pause, but you should. I mean, he'll be the best center in the game, and you won't have to worry about anything for a while as far as, buying a center goes. Or even if you're using Kevin Malway, you can play him out of position if you need to. So A+ for Dexter Lawrence. Very, very good card. Next up, we have Derwin James, wide receiver. And I think he's going to be an A+ too. 6'2", 215 with 97 speed, perfect route running, wide receiver apprentice, grab and go, deep in, evasive, short out, elite matchup, nightmare, third down threat for 3 AP, or for third down threat for 0 AP. Again, we don't know the customs, we don't know the X factors, but I feel like on this card, because he does get, I just feel like he's gonna be a double me / yak him up guy, like DK was. I think DK's X factor pretty much perfect. And I could see Derwin getting that, or even like grab and smash, for example. I could see him getting something like that. But I do think he will get double me. It just depends on what that other ability is going to be. But he's also an A+. The size, the speed, even the abilities are pretty solid. Third down threat for 0, just having that. Even matchup nightmare for 0 is an ability I like just having. Deep in for 2, I don't love that. To be honest, I don't love that. I wish it was just deep elite for 2. Would have been much better. Evasive for 1, wide receiver apprentice for 1. Abilities aren't as good as maybe I thought. But again, we don't know the custom, we don't know the X factors, so it is what it is. Derwin James is stud though, A+, and that's gonna do it for today's video. And let me know what you guys think about today's Genki Force drop. I like the drop, I like the concept. I just think they could have used some new names. There's like Aiden Hutchinson's card. Did he need an upgrade? No, his 94 was playing just fine. Derek Carr's 95. No one cared about that card. People probably aren't gonna care about this card either. And then you have Jair Alexander, undersized corner. I like getting Jair upgrades every once in a while, but even if you're a Packers fan, you're probably like, well, I don't know if we really needed this card. But I guess they did give him wide receivers as well, or the wide receiver card as well. Devontae Adams, he deserved an upgrade. Devontae Adams definitely needed an upgrade. This is probably the only card that really needed one. Dexter Lawrence, yeah, he needed one. And Derwin James did too, but we already had those upgrades in the game. So, I don't know. I think I would give this drop probably like a 4. I think the idea was really good. I tweeted about it yesterday. But the names, they missed the mark for me, in my opinion. So, either way, I'll see you boys in the next one.